We're back in Toy Smash Kaboom, and today we're going to be jumping into another run with the Puppet Musician. Except this time, we're rocking the Fire subclass, the Fire Musician. Let's jump in and see what we can do in some ranked games, and we got a big round one with shop training, then a lizard shop, as well as a PvP fight. Now, one sword starting off is going to be nice, because we can stack up a ton of rage, which does increase our damage quite a bit. We can also take a hamster wheel, and we could craft up something crazy into this big, massive armored hamster. Holy moly. That's a dino hamster. I think that's for a different class though. Probably won't be going for that today, but let's go ahead and grab a bit of storage. Let's go ahead and grab you. Weird Egg gives us 2 stacks of bubble, which blocks 2 instances of damage since we got 2 bubbles. Or we could grab ourselves a Note Warrior. I think for now I'm just going to reroll. I don't really want any of these items. Now I kind of want to grab the Sunshine, and I might want to go for this guy right here, the Dark Cookie. Into the Pumpkin Cookie, which every 10 seconds throws a pumpkin dealing a 10 AoE. And converts stacks of burn into 2 stacks of heal. So this is going to be really nice. Potentially. I also really want to grab this big old banana too. Big old banana, apply heals to our guy. Music note we could take, but we're definitely going to grab you too. We're going to grab a bit of storage, and we could grab the snowball and potentially go for something like an ice cream, which will give us those stacks of heals. So that's exactly what I'm going to take. And we're going to move into a training round. And we're going to be trying to go for some extra golds. Some extra gold, that's all I want to try and find more units, because right now we only got a Fire Note Warrior. With 50 HP, might not be that great, but you're going to be throwing fireballs for days. You're also going to be throwing mini notes. So it should be pretty decent overall for us. Just apply a bunch of burns, get those heals, and definitely win out. You've got to take on this little, tiny, 2-stack block warrior, and we do take him out, and now it's just running forward. And look at that guy go. He going his best. And smashing smashers. Oh yeah, we got our 10 golds, and we're going to see what we can get with that. Before the next round starts, I just want to say thanks to the team behind Toy Smash Kaboom for sending me 5 extra copies of their game to give away. I'll be doing 1 key per video for the next 5 Toy Smash Kaboom videos, including this one. The key will show up somewhere on the screen just like this, so keep an eye out for it. And to get the game, you have to redeem the key on Steam. But anyways, let's get back to the video. Now with the lizard shop, we can look for summons, we can look for magic, or we can look for weapons. Now we probably do need a unit, but I'd love to grab ourselves potentially something amazing. I'm going to have a look at weapons. I do kind of want to go for weapons to potentially grab ourselves chilies. Wooden swords, chilies gives us that heat, that rage I mean. Thinking too much about quick battles. Wooden sword gives us more rage. We can craft you up into a hero sword, which would be awesome. Also, we can also craft up some poison blades. So are we going to go for weapon, or are we going to go for summons? I think I really want to go for summons right now. We got a Note Warrior, kind of malfunctioned there for a second. Weird Egg, another minion spare note for more heals. I'm going to roll. We got a Fire Note, which I'm going to be taking, and I'm going to be crafting this fella up pretty much immediately. Also, Chili Pepper 2. I'm going to sell our Note Warrior just to keep rolling. Because I really just want to find ourselves something amazing. Every 9 seconds, remove 3 stacks of burn from an ally. That's another freaking snowball, which I'm actually going to take this. We're going to take out our balloon, we're going to have in our chili pepper, we're still going to take our colds, which is going to be nice as well. But we are going to move on to our first PvP round. Now, will our solo double Fire Note guy work out for us? Now, we are facing Gingerbread Kid, which is a summon I'm looking for, to be honest. But we'll see. Can we deal with this units? We're going to be stacking up some burns with a double Note Fire Warrior who's going to be throwing fireballs every few seconds, which should be kind of nice. Also stacking up that rage, which is going to be a ton of damage for sure. So we can beat him out. And you're taking some damage from this frying pan. But we should have no problem taking out this doll chef. All you got to do is march forward, deal your damage, and amazing. Got our first victory. Not bad. And round 2 is going to be a short little round for us. Now we are probably going to need some rice grains also. Let's grab our snowball. I'm going to roll like crazy. We could craft up a snowman, but I don't really have too much of an interest in crafting up a snowman. I do want to grab a storage, and I do want to grab another sunshine with another striking note. And I'm still going to waste some gold rolling. We got our gingerbread cookie, which is going to be amazing for us. We also got some storage. Is there a way we can take it right now to craft up? That would be amazing for us. I'm not sure there really is. I think I'm going to just move on with this sort of situation. We're going to have our banana target our dead note. Our double Note Fire Warrior. We're going to stack up the rage, get some freaking rage from this too, get some life, and we want to be looking for these to craft up some chilies, and then we want to keep some rice grains so we can craft up chili fried rice, which will give stacks of rage, 4 stacks of burn, and 4 stacks of heal. That's going to be pretty valuable for us. But let's move on to our next PvP round, and we'll see, can we win out? We are facing a Dr. Hamster with some gravestones. They're going to have their bubble shields, and yeah, they're going to be getting some bubbles blocking that stacks of instants of damage. But with burn, we should be able to burn away that stacks of instants decently fast. You're going to keep summoning units. These little tombstones, summoning up these little undead guys that apply a bunch of stacks of uncurse, which means we're going to take more damage from undead units. But hey, let's just burst them down. Burst them down with our rage stacking, with our heal stacking as well from our sunshine. Which is kind of nice. Keeps us super healthy as we get our damage stacked up. But they are just surviving. The sheer amount of these guys is kind of insane. And eventually this curse is going to almost beat us out, but we are shredding their tombstone right now. Damage has increased and you're just going to do one shot. And you got tons and tons of shields. It looks like the tombstone doesn't function kind of like the hamster ball. Where the hamster ball gets the benefits for having 50 shields, where the tombstone gets that 50 shields, but the units don't get that shield. But hey, we do manage to win out, and right now we're going to see one of the new things I didn't showcase in the last video, Joker's Blessing, which is going to give us a skill basically, like a backpack battles, where we get our skills in round 3 or round 10. But we can start off with the Wall of Flame, create a Wall of Flames lasting 30 seconds, and enemies passing through gain 3 stacks of burn. When a bubble is destroyed, deal 6 explosive damage to surroundings and have a 20% chance to stun units. Cannot gain any hero exclusive items, but hero weight limits +2. Is that even that good? At 25 seconds, remove 5 stacks of buffs from enemy summoned that are not music notes with a 30% chance to apply stun for 4 seconds. Gain exclusive items in the Adult Shift. Every 5 seconds, a random ally gains 1 stack of haste. Or Strength Duel. At first 22 seconds of battle, disable all magic on both sides. I kinda would like to see if we do have magic, if these count as magic. Cause Strength Duel, I'm actually gonna take Strength Duel. Now you're food, you're fire, you're food. Now, you're also a weapon, but you're magic, so we can't really use you. Also, Sunshine is gonna be magic too. That's a big ol' yikes. But let's move on to a training round. Let's just go ahead and grab our monies. Okay, we can see all the magic items that we have right now. So we definitely want to get rid of all that. That's for sure. So we can scale up our strengths, take no magic damage, and just be able to beat down opponents with no problem. So that's going to be a ton of fun for us, potentially. Also, that's a Peapod shooter who's going to be doing lots of damage, but burn also absolutely destroys plant units because they take 1.5 times more damage from burn. So if we see these units, we're absolutely going to shred them really fast. Although we don't really stack up too much burns either way. But we should be able to smash out a cactus and we get our 15 golds even better. We got a gingerbread kid and we got a pumpkin, which we could go for something like the swordsman into a pumpkin warrior who is all about rage. Also, and then we can go for this guy, the Sun Knight, which when the sun rises gain 10 stacks from large and permanently become immune to burn. I think we're going to prioritize grabbing this lad along with our gingerbread kid. So let's go ahead and craft you. We actually got the trophy for it. And we got our dark cookie. Let's go ahead and grab our pumpkin. It is a magic item, which is a bit of a problem for us, but it'll have to do. For now, let's grab all the storage. We're going to reroll. That's another rice grain, and you have magic written on you, but you're not technically magic. Now, are you going to be magic? No, your weapon, water, food. Hell yeah, I'm going to take that. That's going to be way too good for us not to take. Let's craft it up. And right now, I'm also going to take this boxing gloves because we could craft up this item right here, the shark knife, which will give stacks of rage, but it will also remove shields from the opponents. And then we can go for a shark cleaver, which will gain stacks of crit, but also remove shields and also gain tons of rage. Yep, that's going to be a game plan for us. We're also going to grab you too, as well as another rice grain. And we're going to reroll. We're going to be looking for some other items. Summons gain 2 stacks of dodge, restore HP, but you're a magic item. You're also going to be a magic item too, you're a weapon, but alien gain stacks of rage. So there's going to be a lot of items that we can't really add in. This, what's going to sell you, and I'm going to reroll once again. Now, you're going to be kind of nice. We're definitely going to have to take you. Another rice grain we're going to take because we're going to be looking to craft these up. We could craft up some rice balls, but it is what it is. That's just going to be a lot of HP on our dark cookie with 270 HP. You're going to get some stacks of burn on yourself, and I think it should be kind of nice. let's get moving on. List of a lot of items that we could craft up. But counteracting magic is going to be really, really fantastic for us. There's our Dark Cookie. He's going to have a ton of heals from our magic juice, but he's also going to get burns, which will apply some stacks of heals from his effect. So it should be kind of nice, actually. Don't see any stacks of heals just yet. Actually, don't see any buffs. This could be a visual bug, by the way. Because he is healing up for an insane amount. And there goes their Nutcracker. You're going to hit this trap. Which... yeah, we can see that slow on him there now. And we got our stacks of heals stacked up a little bit. Not too much. But still, going to be enough to be able to win out. Taking on this doll chef with no problem whatsoever. Just a few more smacks. He's taking his time though. And there we go. Taking us the doll chef. We got our third victory. Hell yeah. Now on to round 4 and seeing what we can do from here. Let's go and grab our meteor. Let's go and craft this up pretty much quickly. Now every 12 seconds, you are going to give us 4 stacks of rage and 2 stacks of burn. But if you can bind you up again, every 12 seconds gain 6 stacks of rage, 4 stacks of burn, and 4 stacks of heal. The only problem is you're going to be way too slow. So we do need to sort that out. And with that, I'm going to continue to roll. And that is a flame. We can craft up this pumpkin cookie. Insane. It's also another fire nut. We probably should grab as well. We really want to grab the chili pepper. So let's go ahead and take our chili pepper for now too. And with that, I think we're going to move on with our guy right now. We could be applying this to our double fire nut as well. Let's make sure we get this blaze. We're going to craft it up in the next round. So yeah, we're going to move on to our next PvP rounds. Might as well. Forgot to put these in. It is what it is. Again, it doesn't really matter too much about our magic items because they're not going to trigger since we do got our strength duel in. And that unit does bypass our front unit, but we should be able to get a ton of buffs on our gingerbread cookie. They're going to stack up lots of heals. They're going to get tons and tons and tons of freaking rage. It's going to deal lots and lots of damage. And it shouldn't be too much of a problem win now. I don't think it's going to be too bad for us. No, it's down to this guy, but he's just going to stack up tons of heals. And with that, we have reached 20 stacks of heal. And the longer this fight goes on, the more we're going to be healing. So it's going to be getting even more awesome. There's a lot of freaking hamsters and they're slightly pushing us back. Which could be a bit of a problem actually. Because they could knock us off the table. We got to do a lot of damage, they got tons and tons of shields. And we're still kind of at a standstill. Although now he's absolutely bursting through all these hamsters. Come on, you got this. Get some more rage, get some more stacks of heal. Marbles are going to do nothing. Keep one-shotting these hamsters. The hamster with the shields is super problematic. But this was a super long fight. Come on, Gingerbread. Rock up. Do some old smashers. Hit that building. Amazing. And we still managed to win out. Even though we both kind of dropped at the same time. We got a 4th victory. But with that, we can craft up our own little tie. I'm not sure if I even want it right now though. I think for this time, we're going to take our 7 gold. Yeah, I kind of don't want to craft up a tie right now because there is some units I really want to go for instead. Which is a bit mad because crafting up the Game Buddy is a ton of fun for sure. Now let's grab you. Let's combine up this cookie. Let's also grab our storage. Let's grab you too. Let's go ahead and grab this balloon and we're going to roll. And that was 7 gold worthwhile and holy moly. I'd love to craft up a 2nd pumpkin cookie. That's also our swordsman. That we can craft up into a pumpkin warrior who's going to use that rage to gain lifesteal. And then eventually we want to go for the Sun Knight, who's going to become permanently immune to burn. I mean, we could also hold on to Gingerbread Kid because stacking up pumpkin cookies could be a lot of fun too, instead of going for the swordsman. But I'm also thinking about moving on with this. Now you're going to be a fire item, which should be even better for us too. But we would need to find ourselves one other sunshine. But do we also want to go for the blaze nut warrior, who's going to be throwing a bunch of fireballs around, applying stacks of burn? I think that could also be pretty decent for us too. But I do think we actually still want a Gingerbread Kid. So I'm going to hold on to him, but we are going to move on. We're at the weight of 9. And our pumpkin cookie is going to be spawned in late, but it's going to do a lot of work for us. That should be amazing for us. He's going to come in, deal loads of damage, get stacks of heal, going to do even more damage, and every few seconds, you're going to throw the pumpkin. Which should be amazing for us too. And again, you're stacking up so much rage, you're stacking up so much heals, that we just burst through the entire team. And now, all you need to do is walk forward, taking out this Dr. Hamster with no problem whatsoever. And amazing. Smashing even. Halfway to our 10 victories, and round 6 is going to be a big old round for us. and we'll see what we can get from here. Now that's a flame speaker, which I'm going to be taking also, and we're going to craft it up. We can't get any more items, but combining this up means we are going to, every 5 seconds, fire 2 flame notes, applying 2 stacks of burn. Fire's numerical effect is doubled if they have a fire item beside him. Now I'm still going to roll though, even though we got this guy locked in our shop. And I kind of want to grab this round shield. You know what, I think I'm going to get rid of a gingerbread kid. I think we're going to get rid of a gingerbread kid. I'm going to grab this bit of storage. And I'm still going to take our round shield. But for now, I think I'm going to rock on with this sort of situation. Let's move on. Let's move on to this train around. Let's get our extra goals. And let's get our next unit in also. Now I'm surprised this little shooter guy didn't actually shoot us. This Thai soldier. But it is a train around, so it is what it is. That's a lot of stacks of magical vulnerability on us. Which is madness, because we're going to take a lot of magic damage. That's for sure. But a pumpkin warrior doing a ton of damage for us. As you can see, throughout that AoE dealing a ton of damage. So the more stacks of heal we get on this guy, he's going to do more and more damage, which is why I did sell the gingerbread kid. So we can stack all the heals on one of our pumpkins. We can go for shields, we can go for magic. Wouldn't make sense to go for magic since our skill, but going for that shields could be kind of nice. But I still think I'm going to prioritize grabbing ourselves some storage. Let's grab the shield, let's grab you, let's roll. And that's amazing. That's also pretty darn good too. We're going to grab our storage though, and what we're going to do is we're going to combine up one of these also. Now we can't even add in our swordsman just yet. We could combine them up, which I'm going to. And Pumpkin Warrior is going to be all about rage, so we do need to find a way to stack up a bunch of rage, which is mostly going to come from our chili fried rice and our wooden sword. But we do want this meteor so we can craft up another chili fried rice if we get ourselves another rice grain. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to just have to venture on and take on this next PvP rounds. Now we are facing an alien that's going to be in the sky. You have so much units that I'm wondering, is our gingerbread kid going to, or pumpkin warrior going to actually put in some work for us? Because you could be knocked off the table pretty easily from this pencil eraser, bro. You also get sucked up, which means you're going to do not a whole lot. And you're right teetering on the edge and you get knocked off. So unfortunately, we are definitely going to lose this one out, since our guy just gets knocked off immediately. I mean, alien builds look like they're going to be a ton of fun. We do end up losing our first life, but it is what it is. We're still getting our build online. And that is literally going to be our sun now. Yep, I'm combining them. We're going to be getting rid of you, and we are going to be placing this guy in for sure. Let's grab you too. Let's reroll. I don't want any of these items. And we really need this freaking bit of storage. So now our guy is going to get a bunch of rage and a bunch of lifesteal, and every 1 second they're going to convert 3 stacks of burn into 3 stacks of rage. So this is going to be our new setup. That's for sure. The only problem is you're going to take up a lot of freaking capacity, and we just don't have enough. So we need to take this right now. So are we going to give up on our Blaze Warrior? That is the next question. Should we? I think we're going to get rid of this Sunshine. I think we are. Still can't get it though. I do want to craft up another chili, which we still can't craft up because we do need another rice. Unfortunately. I mean, we have to take this balloon. We just have to take it. So do we give up on trying to get another chili fried rice? I think we kind of have to. We take you, combine you up, and then we combine you up again, giving us an absurd amount more weight limit. Not enough to just add in yet either. Now, multi-speaker, I'm not even going to put in because I think this is going to be much better for us. Stacking up that rage that heals is everything we ever dreamed of and more. So I think I'm just going to rock on with this for now. And we'll see how we get on in this next PvP rounds. We're on super speed. Our units do take forever to summon in. But here they come. You're going to have tons and tons of rage, tons and tons of freaking heals. And you're going to convert a lots of flames into freaking rage as well. So our Sun Knight's going to go insane. For sure. Now we hit the trap. And we get stunned from their skill, and they have a sun as well. And that's what we need. And with the sun, it actually helps us out. For sure. Our guy looks insane. And honestly, they helped us out, and you just literally walked up and one-shot that puppet musician. That was nuts. We need to get our own sun. Going really badly. Now we can also craft up this mega magic juice, which does require us to take this item. And with that, you are going to give 120 max life. Every 8 seconds, restore 15 HP. How do we not take that and combine that up? Which means we're going to need to take a little bit of extra storage and place that back in. And with that, we're going to continue to roll. And that's our guy that we do need to take. Also another snowball, which honestly I'm going to be taking too. But let's move on pretty quickly. We really do want to add in our Blaze No Warrior as well, if we manage to get him too. But that's a lot of units that are going to be coming through. It's a gingerbread kid as well, a dark cookie I mean. And we'll see if for Sunday he's able to pull off some awesomeness. I mean, with this amount of rage, he's just going to be doing crazy damage. Just one shot. You see that fly straight off the table? That's kind of insane. There goes their dark cookie, and now all our guys do need to do is just walk forward. But they do got that golden frying pan. And amazing. It doesn't matter about the golden frying pan. Round 9 is going to be a big round. We just end up smashing them out. Now, do we want to go magic shop? Do we want to go weapon shop? Honestly, I kind of want to go weapon shop to go and find ourselves a wooden sword. But what else am I looking for? Unironically, I kind of want to go to magic shop. As mad as that is. Let's take these for now. Let's take our snowball. Let's roll. I want to go magic shop because I'm looking for a microphone. And I'm also looking for some flames too. We also craft up meteor ones. So I also want to take this too. Even though it is magic. But it is what it is. Let's move on to our next rounds. I'm not even going to place in our magic because I don't think we really need to. We should be able to smash out this training rounds and the strength tool. Actually being really beneficial to us. Not in this fight, but in general. And our guy does take 8 seconds along with another 8 seconds. For the first 8 seconds of the fight, our guys are not summoned in. But they got those peapod shooters, going to be doing lots of damage. They got those bubbles to protect them as well. And our main guy's taking a lot of damage, that's for sure. But hell yeah, we do beat him out. No, all you need to do is just walk forward and take out this cactus. Not too much of a problem for us. There goes our chilies. Flying in the sky, we got our 18 golds, and we'll see how we can manage this right now. Let's go ahead and grab you, let's go ahead and craft this all the way up, and now you take 6 storage. We're at 3. So we do need some weight capacity. Let's take another magic stone, which is possibly the worst bag for us. And you're going to be some weight capacity. I'm also going to take. Still over the weight though. And we might as well actually add this in the spot targeting our cookie. But let's move on once again. It's mad that we don't have this guy added in. But it is what it is. We are facing a Dr. Hamster with tons and tons of freaking hamster balls coming in. Also got a game buddy who's going to be summoning lightning, applying stacks of vulnerability, or electrified I mean. And he also got this freaking kangaroo, but we did stop him from jumping all the way to the back and start hitting us out because that kangaroo can be a literal assassin at times. We did get stunned, but as long as your guy hits, you're going to get some. They're stunned for so much. Come on, you need to survive. Those marbles are doing tons of damage to us. Now, our pumpkin is surviving for such a long time. And those marbles do crazy damage. Come on, pumpkin, do some damage. With 10 stacks of rage, you can beat him out. HP being a bit on the low side, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. That sheer amount of poison on us absolutely almost destroyed us. And hey, only 2 more victories to go. Now there's that boom sign, which will give us stacks of crit boost. Now I did want this to craft up into that to go for the shark cleaver, but I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it because we still don't have our sword and... Come on, man. Let's take our weight capacity. Let's combine this up and we're going to figure out how we're going to fit this in. Because that should be enough, yeah, to fit in our Blaze No Warrior. Let's take another chili for now. Let's take this rice as well and let's keep rolling. And that is a drum. Also poison apple. If we stack up multiple drums, we can stack up tons of enlarge. I think we're also going to combine up another chili as well. And I would love to take you, but I'm just going to roll again. Now, top dancer could be kind of nice as well, but we're going to ignore. And that is a flame, which I do want to grab really badly. Now, we could have in all these units, which I think is going to be nice. But are we going to run on with this? I think we are. Do we want another flame speaker? I actually think I do. And we're going to rock on. So we're just at the weight limit right now. Just at the weight limit. Our guy's going to be throwing fireballs, applying stacks of burn, which should be even better. Holy moly, that's a freaking mothership. Alien build with tons of magic items, which honestly should be pretty good for us, but they're going to do some big old damage. And there goes their sunlight. They do so much damage. We could be in trouble. I mean, this mothership literally instantly destroyed us with the alien captain. But our guy's breaking forward and is dealing a lot of damage, and they've just started to ignore us. And oh, do you see how tiny our guy is? He is insanely small. But looking like we're still going to win out. And hell yeah, our guy went tiny and we got our 9th victory out of 10. But hell yeah, we're going to grab this and I'm immediately going to craft up this item right here. Because this is going to give us a chance to apply Punch and Burn. It also gives us a ton of max life. Let's also grab you though and let's keep rolling for now, and all we need is a bunch of storage. To be honest, a bunch of storage, and I haven't seen a single ice cream, single cheese. Which honestly now makes a lot of sense why I'd never seen a single cheese. It actually belongs to Dr. Hamster, which makes it pretty difficult to get all that healed. Yeah, that's a big misplay on my part. So we don't really need the snowballs anymore. I'm going to sell it. We're going to take our storage. And yeah, might as well sell us another one. And with that, I'm going to roll. So I think I want to grab this meteor as well. So we're going to sell this and I'm going to take it too. And with that, we are just going to venture on with this. I think we're going to be happy enough or rocking on with this. And we should be able to stack up a lot of burns with our flame coke on our Sun Knight as well as our pumpkin cookie. We should be able to get tons and tons of, honestly, just a ton of burns onto our Sun Knight to get insane amounts of rage. Just stack up that rage insanely fast. And honestly, we could stack up a lot of heals on our pumpkin cookie, but stacking up that rage on our Sun Knight just shreds through the enemies, no problem. And hell yeah, just crazy damage. And with that, we do reach our 10 victories and we can continue on to grab a ton of rank points, or we can leave with 170. I really want to continue on because round 12 is going to be big rounds and I really want to see how far we can bring this build. Now this is a flame, which I'm going to take also. Another rice grain, so we can craft up a second chili fried rice. That's going to be insane for us. We got extremely lucky with that. And that is going to be meter ones if we wanted to. Which I'm going to craft it up. Well, let's keep rolling. And with that, I think I'm just going to keep rolling. I don't want any of these items. We'll see what else we can get. That's another freaking meteor. That's also a speed zone, which I'm going to sell our flame to go ahead and grab. That's for sure. And we're also going to craft up this chili fried rice. We're going to craft up this chili fried rice and we're going to place it in this spot. And that should be even better for us. You can also put in our meteor ones. You're going to stack up a ton of heat as well. Apply a bunch of burns. Pleasant Warrior is going to be in this spot too. We want our Jamba Juice, our Mega Juice on our pumpkin cookie, which does need to sit in behind also. You're going to be getting rid of some shields, although I kind of want to stack up more rage, which should be better for us. This also needs to be in, otherwise it's going to be some trouble for us too. So I think we found our best setup. Everything's going to be centered around our Sun Knight. To apply a bunch of burns, to get even more burns, to stack up rage, to stack up burns on ourselves. And yeah, we're going to rock on with this. We're not going to put in... Actually, hold on a second before we do move on. Make sure we place in our strength tool. That would have been a big misplay. Let's grab our goals. I'm not going to worry about rematch tokens for now, because I do think we're in a good position to be able to just smash out. Definitely so. We get all these flames. We get tons and tons and tons of buffs. That's a lot of magical vulnerability on our guy, which could be problematic. But so far, it's not looking too bad. And all you need to do now is walk forward and smash the rest of the units. And yeah, the fight's pretty much over. Our guy's just going to be able to pretty much destroy everything else. And we got our 18 goals. And what should we grab right now? We can look for food items, which honestly, or we could look for water items, which would literally be maybe this item, which I would love to grab quite a bit. So water, food. I'm going to grab water. Now, if I wasn't expecting a pyre hat, that's for sure. It was one stack of burns. Not really sure I do want that. Mini striking note. Mechanical gears. Banana for another mega juice. I'm going to take and then I'm going to reroll. Let's grab this bit of storage. We also got this guy who is going to apply tons of stacks of burn from behind and gets a huge multicast chance, which would be a ton of fun too. But at the same time, we're not going to be able to fit this guy in. And that's our magic juice, which is amazing. Exactly what I wanted. Let's craft you up, but we can't craft up the other version of it just yet. And with that, I'm going to reroll once more. We are just going to venture on onto our next PvP fight. And we'll see how we get on going on up again a Dr. Hamster with a ton of units. Just an insane amount of units. Our guys should be able to spawn in eventually, hopefully. Stopping him from just getting fat. This kangaroo number 2. A literal assassin. Now we gotta run through these enemies real fast before this kangaroo does take us out. Because we're not gonna be able to take him out. Because your guys are just ignoring him. But come on, you need to go forward. Sun Knight just leaps forward, taking out the units. But that's 55 health gone off us. Come on, run guys, run. You need to get forward. Forget about the hamster. We're less than half HP and we just walk up in 2-shot. Yeah, that's kind of insane. That we just walk up in 2-shot for sure. And now at this point, I'm going to take a balloon zone. Take a balloon zone for now. We're going to reroll. Don't want any of these items. That is a boom. I really do want to craft up this sword. I'm going to take it for now though, and I'm going to keep rolling. Also dead side to get more heals and just more rage. Wouldn't that be kind of nuts on our guy? I think I'm going to ignore it for now though. And I'm just going to keep ignoring all this stuff. I don't really want any of these. That's also a trouble, which I don't really want either. And that is a camera that we can finally craft up also. Am I holding on to this camera for no reason though? This speaker I mean. Because crafting this up will apply a ton of burns first, but I mean, I'm going to be just stacking rage on our guys. I'm actually going to sell this, as mad as it is, to keep rolling. Because there is other items that I do want to find really, really badly. Let's keep rolling. Come on, we can find an Eternal Flame. That's another Swordsman, which I'm not going to be taking. And that's one of our Eternal Flames, because we do want to craft up a sun. The only problem is you are a magic item, but you summon at 30 seconds, which is actually perfect, literally perfect for us, if you can grab a second one. But it does require us to get a second one. Now, before we move on, I'm going to place that in, so you're going to be removing some shields, you're going to get some crit boosts, and I don't think we're going to have too much of an issue, especially since we turned off all this magic. But they also got a pretty similar setup, where they got that Sage speaker, and they're going to be inflicting a lot of burns on us, and we're also going to be inflicting a ton on our opponent too. But each stack of burn on us is going to give us crazy damage on our Sunlight. So we counteract this build even more awesomely. And our guys just literally destroyed them. Now again, just walk forward, do some big old damage. Hell yeah. Amazing. Round 14, going to be another short little round for us. And it's going to be even faster that we take our Eternal Flame. Now it is a magic item, which is not going to help us out too much until we get another Eternal Flame. And I'm immediately going to take this. Combine up this Mega Juice. Hell yeah. Let's keep rolling for now. And that's our sun. We're going to take that and craft up next round. That's going to be amazing. We're going to get a Sunlight with the sun, and it should be even more fantastic for us. The only thing I'm kind of missing on is crafting up this freaking Shark Cleaver. But our guy's going to have so much heals from this Mega Juice. Gonna have lots of heals, going to deal some damage, and the only thing is, we could be knocked off the table. That's the only way I feel like we're going to lose with this build. But Sunlight did not expect to be playing today with a pumpkin cookie, and it's turned out to be amazing. Now, how much life do you have? 500 HP, 250 HP on our Sunlight, and just walks up in one shot. Half HP gone in one hit, and amazing. We only got 2 more victories to go. Round 15 is going to be another short little round for us, and let's take our Eternal Flame. Let's craft up the sun. With that, we crafted up the sun in 30 seconds. Summons the sun and burn for both allies and enemies no longer decrease over time. That's kind of insane for us. So that's going to be our finisher. Every 5 seconds, the sun projects sunlight onto all summons on the field. Allies gain 2 stacks of heal and enemies gain 2 stacks of burn. Yep. I'm super glad we got this finally. Let's reroll. Can we find ourselves that wooden sword then? Maybe. I'm also going to grab this and we got a place in our sun. Let's roll again, and there's not much else I do want to find. All I want to do is find one single wooden sword, another magic vial could be kind of nice, but I'm going to ignore it. There's one wooden sword, that is going to be a big old boom, which I'm going to take too, but it's not going to be too great for us unless we find our wooden sword. But we'll see how we get on with our sun. Will it trigger in time? Now it's going to be another kangaroo, which is going to jump over units. However, we got knocked back. That's actually the best outcome for us. Now this bulldozer could actually knock us off the table. Potentially. And if it knocks us off the table just like that, and just like that, we're going to lose. And we actually lose because of that. That bulldozer with all that knockback absolutely destroyed us. And our sun just comes out then at the end. We end up losing life, and that's literally the only way we're going to lose with this build. But yeah, let's grab our boom. If we craft you up, do take 3 slots. Yeah, you take 3 slots, so I'm not sure if you even want to craft you up. Let's continue to roll. That's a microphone. We could craft up into this item, which throws a tiny note, restoring 5 HP and grants 1 stack of haste, or grants 1 stack of enlarge. That could actually be really nice to our build. I'm going to take the balloon zone. And I'm going to take it. And we're going to lock this for the next round. And yeah, we're going to move on. I think this could be a real nice addition to us. Giving us in stacks of large and haste. Definitely so. Just giving us bigger, beefier, faster guys to deal more damage. He's just always going to be better. And just keeps us a little bit more healthy too. Till our sun pops off. And the strength tool paired with the sun is actually a really awesome combo. There's a lot of undead units applying tons of stacks of curse to us potentially. But we'll see. The sun is about to come out and our guy is gone massive. 10 stacks of large. Heat doesn't decrease anymore. And we should be able to just win out from here. Definitely so. This Sun Knight is a ton of fun. For sure. Round 17. This could be our final rounds. Potentially. Let's grab our microphone. That's another big old boom. But we're not going to take it. Just one wooden sword, please. That's all I ask for. Just one tiny wooden sword. We're going to roll looking for quite badly. Also, let's combine you up. Let's just keep rolling. How hard can it be to find a wooden sword? I was kind of hoping that we'd see it right now. Next roll. Another microphone. Visibility potion. Come on, we can find it. No, we cannot find it. And that's some amount of booms. We can go for a big old boom. We get 8 stacks of crit boost, which will give us over 10%. It is what it is. It looks like we're not going to be able to get it online, unfortunately. What I mean by online is going to be this Shark Cleaver, which will give us 2 stacks of rage, 1 stack of crit boost, and removes 30 stacks of shields. I mean, that would have been insane to add on to our guy. For sure, but we'll be able to win out. We are facing another Sun Knight with a lightsaber, shark knife, hero sword. They got all the swords, and they got some range support. But they don't have the heat stacking that we do have. So this is going to be an interesting battle. Sun Knight versus Sun Knight. And right now, it's kind of looking like it's going to be in our favour. Although they got that lifesteal too. But the more we inflict burn on to their Sun Knight, the more we're going to stack up that. They have 100 rage. They're actually going to outpace us potentially. Because they have way more freaking rage than us. And potentially? Yeah, they're going to one-shot us first. Holy moly, this was an insane fight. And it's still going actually. Come on, we got this. They just managed to hit us right at that wrong time. They managed to hit us right as the double damage came in, and that literally one-shot us. And we lost because of that. That was insanely unfortunate. Well, it wasn't our final round, so we can potentially find our wooden sword once again. But will we be able... Okay, we actually found it. That's kind of insane, actually. Let's combine this up. Let's go ahead and combine this up. And let's go ahead and combine up this cleaver. The problem is you take up way too much storage for us right now, but you are definitely going to be added in. For sure. And this shark cleaver has literally been possibly the best item we could have gotten for a guy. We still want this in too. The problem is we can't have you in either. But we got 17 gold, so we might as well try to make it work. Let's see what else we can get. Tombstone we could get. We could just keep rerolling. Probably just grab a bit of storage also. Increase max life could be getting nice too, but I don't think we're going to take it. There's not much else we do want to grab. I'm just going to grab you for now too. Now if we add you in, you're just going to pop to the top. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem for us. That is a bit of a problem for us for sure. The problem is we also do not want you at the front whatsoever. So I think I'm going to sell this. Sell this to go ahead and grab you. So you can be at the very, very back. And how the hell did we move this wrong? That's much better for us. And this could be it. This could be our final build. And honestly, has been an insanely fun build. The Sun Knight with the sun, with a pumpkin cookie as backup, with a flame cloak, and with the immortal music box. We're going to see if it's going to be good enough. Now, this shark cleaver to stack up our crits as well as our rage, and just get rid of any shield, is going to be insane for us. Definitely so. I think this is going to be possibly the best item we could have gotten. If we had this last round, I'm pretty sure we would have definitely been able to win out. Because again, it stacks up that crits and crit damage with every hit. And I don't think this one is going to be even close. Actually, hold on a second, our Sun Knight's after taking a load of damage. Never mind, back to full HP. And we're taking out their warriors. And it's just going to be down to this puppet musician. And this time around, big ol' smashers and amazing. We do manage to win out. Hell yeah. And that's it. We've got our 15 victories. Not bad. But hey, that's it. 2 lives left, 15 victories, 367 goals, and 260 rank points. Turn this into a specialist. But hey, I'm gonna have to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing, and I hope you keep a look out for the next one. I'll see you next time.